Okay guys, welcome back. A fun video today. We are testing some cool new cards, nothing serious. First up is my favorite color shard, gonna have a blast. Alright, so our plan of action with this deck, foremost is make some treasure early. This may be a common trend in a lot of my brews. We have a pretty weak low end, and removal is for scrubs. Start out with a dork or scoundrel, and turn 3, we really want to drop a 4 mana creature, or a rustine. Okay, so our 3 to 4 drop is likely a removal target, and it's going to soak that counter or removal to help stick a Dracosaur or Shelly. Our Decadent Dragon's 3 mana instant works great to steal lands and removal from our opponents. Once we start rolling with our Draco, with a Greeter or Rustine on the field, it's very hard to stop. If we can't close the game on curve, our Virtue of Persistence is ready for action. And because our mid to high tier threats are kill on sight, getting just 1 back per turn is usually enough to pull out on top. This is a bit of a meme in the current configuration, but we have attained some nasty board states. And a slow mid-range at best, it's not a hard deck to punch through with aggro. It seems to shine best against control as long as we play around the counters, and we decide what our opponents remove from our board. Cherry-picking our targets in the grave for endgame, I'm sure Dracosaur is going to be a fierce meta contender. Okay, on to the next test, and this one was really fun. Mentioned in the previous Dino vid. Mono red artifact dinos. It heavily relies on the keyword menace. Dowsing Device is contender for the best card in the deck, alongside Itali Primal Conqueror. Once again, basically no removal outside of Cathartic Pyre, which we use mostly to hand filter. We want to drop a Pickaxe or Dowsing early, followed by a Face Breaker and Scythe Claw. Our turn 5 looks something like a Dino Tama, swinging in with a Poetic or Face Breaker in play. It's not unlikely that you could pump out a Haste Itali on turn 5 with an already menacing board state, the Poetic into any Haste Dino, or big score with Dowsing in play into an Itali or Dracosaur is just nuts. Needs some tweaking and crafting, but has been a blast playing. You'd be surprised how often Itali flips into a big threat. Okay, our final test deck, best for last. It's Boros tokens. Going wide is an understatement. Some of the biggest board states I've seen happen on the regular. Early game, play a Hive and a Wedding Announcement or 2, maybe a Bunnycorn or Adeline as well, then drop a Drac. Followed by a Quintorius or 1,000 Moon Smithy, then finish out with a Moonshaker for an instant win, with over 100 plus flying power on board. You can play a few exile spells if you want, but removal will just slow us down. Once you have a token generator and or doubler stuck on board, a win is inevitable. Just taking a swing on some new cards, messing around and trying to decide on how many wild cards to use. Out of all our test decks, the thing in common is obvious. Dracosaur wins games. Let me know what you think of these new meta contenders in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.